What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are heading back to UC-0090 as we continue our journey through the return of Johnny Ridden. Last time, we saw the return of Yazan, now going as Vasuki, a part of the Night Jaeger team, and pilots the GM Nightseeker. Little Johnny, also known as Ingrid Zero, kicks Lead Wayline in the butthole, and everyone continues to fight for this mysterious minaret. This time, Jacobius comes in to fight against the Night Jaegers. The airborne team drops some bunker busters, and Lead helps save Uma from the fire. So let's get into this. Before we start, I want to mention that many of you noted that Yazan's electric whip on the GM Nightseeker is the Sea Serpent, which was found on Yazan's Hambrabi as well. The tip of the weapon has its own vernier thrusters to help control the trajectory. A beam blast almost hits Yazan and his Nightseeker. The Night Jaeger's Luggan looks out to see Jacobius and his Gelgoog cannon on top of the PMC Themis Gao. The sentence is so weird out of context, I might have to put it on a t-shirt. Coming soon, Jacobius wonders if Yazan is a new type, as he was able to dodge. He patches himself through to EFF base, where Commander Beardman tells Mustache Man to stand down and that they are interfering in classified operations. Jacobius says ditto, bro. Beardman says that they have direct orders from GOP and to leave, but so does he. He asks, at all cost? And Jacobius says, at all cost, and disconnects. Beardman puts a request through to GOP. Jacobius and his men target Uma Lightning's last known signal. He suggests the testing buffoons pull out as well. The assault-type gun parry has been shot down, and Little Johnny takes note. She wants to head out and takes some flares with her. She barely asked any of her questions, but she says she thinks she knows who Lead truly is. As she heads out, Lead says, cool, I guess. See you later? ? Remy and Bob are in the middle of the battlefield. They notice a GM Quell and PMC Themis. The two head back to the shoreline as a battle is most likely about to break out. Oxner Cliff contacts Jacobius and tells him and his men to pull back. They can't afford to lose neither PMC Themis as a client nor their new Night Jaeger team. These orders are coming directly from GOP. Jacobius asks if they could at least try to pull out Uma Lightning, but they lost his signal and don't know his location. They have to pull out. Oxner makes him feel better by saying that he is too important to lose. Oxner's assistant gives him information regarding potential Xeon remnants garnering support in the colony of Sweetwater. Jacobius contacts one of his men to contact FSS and start writing up a contract quickly. He is trying to force a reason to stay in the plant without going against his contracts. Loophole! He blames Uma, as this is going to cause PMC Themis a huge loss in profits. Jacobius knows that Lead is missing in the restoration plant, but one of his men also informs him that Remia and Bob are also a part of the rescue. He can't catch a break. He sends their photos to his men to try to find the FSS members. His gal and fat uncles drop down as PMC spreads out. On the ground, Remia and Bob are trying to get the lead when Little Johnny pops her head out of a hatch. She goes, hey, you must be the other FSS members. 1 second. She whips out a flare gun and fires it off twice with 2 different colors. Then she just disappears back into the hatch. Remia and Bob are so confused. Jacobius and his men spot the flare and they move in on the location. Meanwhile, Uma is roasting in his Gelgoog. Lead notices the fire in the plant control room and wonders what he could do from his location. Jacobius finds Remia and tells her that he is here to help them, but he doesn't want his help as the Airborne Division is assisting them. FSS was informed that the Airborne Division is currently after a blue Gelgoog, but they are in fact after the pilot of a red Gab plant. They have been caught up helping the enemy. If they run across Lead, it is safe to assume they will kill him. Jacobius wants to help, but they have to sign this contract for them to move forward. Remia asks how can she be certain he won't double-cross them. He says he gives his word as a member of the Chimera Corps. Not only did he reveal that he is a Chimera Corps member to FSS, a Fedi department investigating the past, but it also shows he can indeed put his money where his mouth is. She signs the document and orders PMC Themis to rescue Lead. Jacobius has the green light to engage in battle against the Night Jaegers and the Airborne Division. Little Johnny notes that Mustache Man is on the battlefield. That's her words this time, not mine. The G-Fighter went back to refuel, but they will soon return. Yazan tells his team to engage against the friendlies. Lead Wayline's core fighter was retrieved. Some mechanics tried to retrieve his battle data. EFF also saw the flare. Now that the G-fighters are back on the battlefield, they can make their pursuit. The Airborne Division spots Ingrid Zero, but the closest ground forces will take 15 minutes to get to her. He suggests using bunker busters on the plant to buy them some time. This, of course, will destroy the restoration plant. Bearded Man will deal with the consequences later. Bearded Man is mad that Mustache Man has a better mustache than him. He wonders what Jacobius is trying to get at. Emma and Siemens of this new Chimera Corps went out on a spy mission. Cristobal receives a coded transmission from Side 3. They open it to find an image of Shar Aznable meeting with Horst Harness. They plan on linking up with two people named Meyer and Granum. Beauty Man and the Airborne Division launches bunker busters. Jacobius notices an explosion causing a fire to burn near the downed Gelgoog. He thinks that if they are willing to destroy the restoration plant, then that means that the enemy has achieved their objective. Meanwhile, a random EFF ensign, I think, pays off the technicians who extracted Led's battle data. He pays them with cash and says that that is rare these days, which leads me to ask, what is the standard currency in Universal Century? It is still a mystery to me. I bet it's crypto. Led is trying to turn on the sprinkler system to help with the fires when an emergency alert goes off. It seems that emergency mode has kicked in, which is what Led wanted. Uma and his Gelgoog is right in the middle of the fire. Jacobius orders his men to bring fire extinguishers, but it will take 2 hours. He has to think of an idea quickly. Led can't believe that they would destroy this restoration plant, as it will be a devastating blow to the Earth's ecosystem. But Led says, oh well, the damage is done. He grabs a giant hammer and smashes a door. He grabs a normal suit and possibly an axe. It is weird art direction. One moment he has a hammer, then the next it's an axe. I feel like the artist drew an axe and he forgot that he previously drew a hammer. Just kind of went with it. I noticed. The alarms go off outside, and the sprinklers finally go off. Jacobius notes that the water will create fog, and they can use it to their advantage. Fog mixed with Minovsky particle disruption is a friendly fire nightmare. The Airborne Division and PMC Themis pull back. A gun parry comes in to save little Johnny. Uma passes out as the fire is getting the best of him. He mumbles the name Aisha. Led finally makes it out from underground to see little Johnny being taken away. She yells out to him, Jaburo. He takes his axe and makes his way towards Uma's Gelgoog. The ensign gives the battle data on Led Wayline to Gop. He then gets a call from Oxner, who knows he has the data and would like it for himself. Led takes some photos before trying to open the hatch. He notes that electrical damage was done to his suit. This was caused by the sea serpent. Minovsky particle density has dropped, but Led still hasn't contacted Remia. She is starting to get annoyed. Jacobius wants Remia to join him on approaching the blue Gelgoog. Remia says, can Bob join? Poor Bob. Everyone forgets him. On Sweetwater, Simmons and Emma have been waiting for some movement. They take this lull as an opportunity to enjoy some time together, as they haven't had a chance to have a honeymoon. That is when Simmons gets a message from Horst Harness. So much for relaxing. Led tries to open the hatch, but it is opened by Uma, who points a gun at Led. He calls Led Johnny and then passes out. Specifically, he is mad he pointed a gun at Johnny again. Jacobius, Bob, and Remia also make it to their location. We flash back to the 1-year war. Similar to what just happened in the present, Uma opens his hatch and shoots Johnny, not realizing that it is him. Johnny says, take care of Ingrid. Back in the present, Led looks over Uma's body. At the Strategy and Tactics Research Center, Gop shows Ingrid Zero the telemetry data of Led Wayline. He was also able to get his hands on old battle data from Johnny Ridden. Reflexes are subconscious behaviors. So too is one's voice pattern and even one's pattern of attack. All these are easily quantifiable in Universal Century. Gop reveals that Johnny Ridden and Led Wayline's battle data are the same. Ingrid wonders why everyone is after Johnny Ridden. Gop says it is because of the minaret, and he believes that it is key for humanity's survival. PMC Themis had no authority to take Uma Lightning and let FSS handle him. Besides, Jacobius wants to see what happens when Led and Uma meet. Led tells Remia that he is going to tell her sister about the incident at the plant. She says that he better not. Led goes, ha, joke's on you. I lied and I already told her. Jacobius comes by as Led and Remia argue. He wants to tell them the fairy tale of the mythical beast. Led is intrigued and wants to hear it. And that will do it for this episode. The plant incident has been the longest arc in the manga thus far. We know that FSS now knows of Jacobius's involvement with the Chimera Corps. Oxner's involvement with Gop certainly solidifies his position as the next prime minister, but will Gop be able to get his hands on the minaret himself? Next time, we will learn more of Jacobius's involvement with the Chimera Corps. Simmons will meet with Horst Harness, and someone murders Remius Hato. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, if you don't like your orders, write a contract that legally gets you to go against them. Private militaries, woo! Peace.